made it run at 367, but the speed was 393 miles an hour on the scoreboard. A review of the numbers showed that something tripped the timers down the racetrack before the car got there. Not only was the speed bogus, but the elapsed time also was no good. NHRA officials went back, talked to Ron Tobler, talked to Joe Barlam, the crew chiefs, showed him the stuff, and they agreed that the ET was no good. So that run is disallowed. Austin Prock falls back onto his next best run, which moved him into a position where he's got to run his teammate here in round number 1. Now, the Flavor Pack car had been having a spectacular year until the countdown to the championship, and it's been a struggle the last couple of races. If you follow us regularly, you know. If you've listened to Brittany at the top end of the racetrack, you know. You get a little frustrated with the car, but coming out here and qualifying at 368 at 335 looked like they might be back on track. They work with Cornwell Tools, NKC, Power Solar, Chevrolet, Peak, antifreeze and coolant. That's the litany of sponsors for JFR, but right now it's Brittany against Austin, and I guarantee you he wants it just as badly as she wants it. Austin's got a cylinder out, and then he smoked the tires. 3.66. How about the speed? 338 miles an hour. Oh, man. Brittany Force goes 3.665, 338 miles an hour. Mr. Grubnick, I am impressed. Joe.
David Grubnick, record numbers, 338. Not optimal that you have to go against your teammate, but a real championship test right there.
Yeah, we're actually privy to our teammates' cars, so we know what they can achieve. So we'll take that. The track's good. That's just one run out of 4, so we'll see how we do for the rest of the day.
Did he really say we'll take that? Watch this again on the NHRA replay. Cylinder out for Austin right at the step. See the raw fuel coming out of the pipe, and then the clutch catches up with the engine and takes the tire off of it. Brittany's car at the 8th mile was going 296.89, and at the finish line, 338.43 miles an hour. And hey, guess what? Worldwide Technology Raceway, you just saw the new national speed record, 338.43 miles an hour, and it was put on a scoreboard by David Grubnick, Max Savage, and their driver, Brittany Force. I love David. Yeah, we'll take that. Man, that's a tough act to follow, but who's coming next? That would be the number 1 qualifier. The Capco boys getting ready to fire up. Safety Safari out taking a look at the top end of the racetrack. Let's go back and take a look from all the way down at the other end. Again, you see Austin's car right there with the cylinder out at the step. The engine has to stay in front of the clutch in order to keep it from, well, doing just that. When it's down on power, it can smoke the tires. Brittany's car, man, that thing is clean. That thing is solid. Shoots out. That wasn't a bad-looking run at all. That's not just a new track record, that's a new national record. And how's this for impressive? The top 10 speeds in NHRA history all belong to Brittany Force. Let's go down to the far end with Amanda. I'm sorry, technical difficulties, please stand by. Brittany had 9 of the top 10 speeds coming in. The 10th was held by Tony Schumacher at 336.5 miles an hour. Brittany just knocked Tony Schumacher off the top 10 list. The top 10 speeds in NHRA history for a top fuel car, from 336.91 to 338.43, and all 10 of them Brittany Force. Back in with Amanda from NHRA on Fox.
I was able to talk to Austin Prock just quickly, and he said he knew that they had to push it racing against Brittany Force. And Brittany, you look at the speed that you saw there, 338, the top in history. But you're going to look at your reaction time. How do you assess that ahead of round 2?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to go home, or I'll have to go back and really look at the run, figure out what happened, because that's typically not me on race day. But I can recover from that. We'll come back, and good job to this team for getting that car down there. Killer run, putting a good number on the board, and we'll see what we can do on the next one.
It certainly looks like they've got their race car back.